Jevin Hodge is running for Congress in the 6th District, the state of Arizona. Pete Buttigieg win the Era PAC endorsed Jevin in 2020. Oh, and so did Vice President Kamala Harris. She's kind of somebody. If you want to find out what Pete and Kamala already know, go to JevinHodge.com. And we've got him right here. Thank you, Mr. Future Congressman Jevin Hodge. We're happy to have you.
It's a great honor to be here with you, Gary. I'm so excited for this conversation.
Me too. I've been waiting a long time. I've been following you since basically since 2019 when Secretary Buttigieg introduced you. You were running for Maricopa County Board of Supervisors.
That's right. Peter Paul Montgomery Buttigieg. He is someone that's going to go down in history books. He can take very dense subject matters, policy positions, funding avenues, and convey that in ways, in digestible chunks for every person to understand. And that is something that I aspire to embody. And most importantly, as we talk about protecting and preserving our republic, it's going to be taking these issues of grave importance and dissecting them into digestible chunks for any person to understand from, regardless of wherever they're looking at the situation from.
Well said. And you're carrying over this very energized movement from that election to this race for Congress, the 6th District, a very, very flippable district, I might add. And if you look at Arizona races over the last couple cycles, Republicans continue to lose ground and lose ground. Why do you think you're the right guy who's going to be able to flip this district in 2022?
It goes without being said that people want real, people want authentic, people want to be able to talk about the issues. We're grinders. We have grit in our campaign, and we're going to get out there and talk to every person that we possibly can. In addition to that, just to be frank here, I am opposed to everything that my opponent stands for.
David Schweikert, we need to get that name sort of upped in terms of notoriety.
He's on record saying he's never read a piece of COVID relief legislation because it was too long. Our communities are suffering and they need support. They need people that are going to be out on the forefront. And don't even get me started on his 11 ethics violations, moral allegations. We need to restore America's promise. And you have somebody that is walking the halls of Congress that is using taxpayer dollars to buy Super Bowl tickets. That it works me up. It works me up because the residents, the constituents, the people of District 6 deserve better. And I'm going to be better. I'm going to give them better. And I'm going to be there to stand up with them and fight for them.
Well said. You've got basically like your 6 big issues for the campaign. They're sort of the pillars. Let's see if I can remember them. Voting rights, education, healthcare, infrastructure, economy, Mother Earth.
That's right. You got it.
You don't plan on having any weekends free as a congressman, do you? That's
absolutely not.
That's a lot. You want to throw one out and just kind of talk about what you'd like to do? Which one sort of sparks you today?
Yeah, well, they all do, for starters. They all do. But let's start with infrastructure, right? We got pipes carrying water in the District 6 that's over 100 years old. You got parts of our communities that do not have broadband access, do not have access to public transportation. That's not right. That's not how it should be. Investing in our infrastructure is not only going to connect our communities and provide them with the resources that they need, but we're going to be able to connect our country like we never have before. And if there's anything that we've learned over the last 15, 16 months, is that we need a comprehensive broadband to stay connected. Right. And so we need leadership that's going to be able to bridge the gap. Right. That's a game changer for our economy, our game changer for our families. And one of the many things that I plan to work on when I'm walking the halls of Congress.
Excellent. I'm a big fan of yours, and I'm following a lot of the House races, but I personally am finding, and you can tell me how you feel, there's a lot of focus on the Senate. And, the Senate is very important to me. It's a razor thin edge that we've got, but it's not going to matter if we don't hold the House. I'm going to ask you this question. I think I know the answer. I might be wrong. Do you feel people need to be spending more attention on House races now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And here's the reason why. If we're going to move forward the president's agenda, if we're going to prioritize people, if we're going to recover from the pandemic, We got to continue to make those steadfast investments in education and healthcare and our infrastructure. That's not going to happen if we do not have a Democratic majority. District 6 in Arizona is among one of the most competitive districts in the entire country. We must understand that if we can flip this district, we will hang on to our majority, but it's going to take every hand that we possibly can get hands onto. It's going to take every bit of effort that we possibly can to ensure that we are doing everything possible to preserve and protect our majority.
I've talked to a couple people on your team and they're fantastic, but you've got somebody else in your corner. You don't know about Jevin Hodge unless you know about his mother, Burdetta Hodge. She is a story all on her own. Can you talk a little about her successes in the state and how she inspires you?
I can definitely do that. So
I think good.
My mother is the first African-American woman elected in the city of Tempe and currently running for the Tempe City Council herself. And so she's a history maker, trailblazer in her own right. While she is directly impacting all of our communities, while she is doing everything possible to do right by our students and our families in the city of Tempe and around the state, and still managing to run around with her two knuckleheads, Jevin and Jason, and continuing to teach us lessons every single day. My mother raised my brother and I by herself. She taught us about hard work, perseverance, determination, grit. She taught us about making sure we're steadfast and we're committed to our principles, to make sure that we are doing everything that we possibly can to make sure that everyone has a seat at the table.
All right, Jevin Hodge is running for Congress, 6th District in Arizona. The website is jevinhodge.com. If you like what you see, send a couple bucks his way. There's a link down below, personalized to YouCantBeatBlue, but we don't get any of that money. We just get a little of the credit for it. You can click that, you can go straight to the website, whatever you want to do. The social media, Twitter at Jevin Hodge, Instagram at Jevin Hodge, Facebook at Jevin Hodge AZ. This is a politician for the future, and we are all behind you at YouCantBeatBlue, and best of luck. And thank you so much for talking with me today.
Grateful to be here with you today, Gary. I deeply appreciate you, and I look forward to continue our conversation as the campaign progresses.